Hello walkers, and welcome to, I'm not going to tell you, you can figure it out for yourself, but welcome to City Walks, where we wander around and meander and discover and explore and see different places, and I share that with you so you can maybe help you with your treadmill, or maybe just show you another little tidbit of the world. We are on Broad Street in Augusta, Georgia today. It's the first or second day of December. It's about 1:45 p.m. and of course, I'm getting you some temperatures here. 74 degrees Fahrenheit and 23 degrees Celsius. It is so pleasant here right now. My name is Henry. I will be your proxy walker, your virtual travel guide today on this treadmill travel, relaxing travel video. I say that, but then I have to always give the caveat that, look at this ironwork. When I say guide, it's really more of a co-discoverer, co-explorer. I don't always know a tremendous amount about these places, and that's particularly true of Augusta. About to sneeze. Excuse me. Pardon me. Ooh, look at that. And another caveat is I tend to get a little distracted, so I will see something and stop talking about the one thing that I'm talking about and move on to the immediate thing, and occasionally I'll even come back to what I was talking about. We're at Broad and 10th here. This is a beautiful, beautiful city, and it's famous for being part of the Old South, of course, on the Savannah River, right at the Atlantic Seaboard Fall Line, which is where the Piedmont meets the coastal plain. Founded in late 1700s, I believe, by a group of people sent by somebody Oglethorpe. I'm not really remembering my Wikipedia article that I read. But it is a beautiful, beautiful city. Hi there, thank you. I'm gonna make my way past here. See these old trees along this divided road. We were in the center line, and each side of the road of Broad Street here is one way, and there's parking in the center and various places and on the sides. It is a quiet, quiet day. It's a Thursday, middle of the day. I'm not sure if it's normally more busy than this, but it certainly seems nice and quiet. Plenty of cars down here, so I assume a lot of people are in their offices. It's after the lunch hour. Coming up on 11. There's a couple 100,000 people in the city county complex. Excuse me. Yeah, so I think it's the third largest city in Georgia, home to James Brown, the godfather of soul. Well, maybe or maybe not. I meant to go show you a big, massive mural with him, or regarding him. And then there's even a James Brown Boulevard, which is pretty cool. This old building looks like it's getting some Georgia Railroad Uptown branch, getting some rehab. On the drive in, we passed some of these old buildings. Massive old Georgian homes that were absolutely stunningly beautiful, and something you would expect to see here. This is my first time to Augusta, so I'm kind of excited to see it with you guys. We're about 30 minutes from the midpoint of our East Coast road trip that we left Montana 4 or 5 days ago, and have been exploring and visiting and seeing new places. It's been great. There's a Garden City Social. That looks like maybe a cafe or a coffee shop just beyond, with some music being projected out into the front. Or maybe that's somebody's phone. So my plan is to go down a ways and turn around, maybe go over to the river. Zoinks. And then maybe go over a couple blocks and explore another road. There's another road over to our left there, which I think is kind of south, that is also divided, but not quite as business-centric. And then maybe loop back over by the river and see that. I do want to switch over because I'd like to get out of the wind. Pizza joint. It's like a pretty cool place to eat. Sort of a garden patio out front. I like it. Up to the left here is a Hyatt house. Several restaurants and hotels down here. Not sure what kind of trees these are. I have to look it up. Look at this building. That's pretty cool, huh? This is the Marbury Center. Used to be an old fire department. I was thinking it looked like a fire department. I think probably old garage doors in there. I bet that's cool. See if I can get a read on these trees here. Chinese elm trees, apparently. They're shedding their leaves. Oh, I came down further than I expected. That's cool. So these elm trees line the street on, sorry about this wind noise, not up to me, line the street on both sides, and I can't help but think that there's a story behind that. So we're kind of reaching the end of the downtown area. And we're gonna make a left and cross over. Maybe go down go back a block. See what there is to see. Down that way. Well, I better push the button. This is 13th on the right, by the way. This pattern on these trees is really kind of pretty. I love the shade they give too. A little less so now, of course, but still pretty cool. Also known as the Drake elm, lacebark elm, leatherleaf elm. I love how wide and spread out this thoroughfare is. I'm not sure what the original here we go. The original purpose of that is, and we'll be walking in and out of this wind. It's coming from the right. So, and we'll get in the lead of the building here. There's that fire department again. The old fire department, now it's the Marbury Center. Outdoor kitchens and grills. But that one's fun. This looks like a crepe cooker. Fairly large blocks. Several different furniture stores. This is farmhouse, the German spelling. Let's see it there. Sorry about the quick turn there. Let's make a right on 12th Street, just to peek down for a block. You can see there are a lot of open places and then buildings that could use some love. For instance, that one. Sorry. I think there's an effort to make this place, this downtown area, vital again. It's certainly got a lot of potential. Must be a constant struggle for cities to maintain or rejuvenate the vibrancy of their downtowns. You know, what's going to be the primary pull for people to come and congregate. This is Ellis. Well, maybe it's 2 blocks down that the other street is divided. This is more like an alley, seems like. Yeah, it's divided over there. Let's go down one more block. Sorry to be walking you into the sun. We'll walk a little bit and then head back to the Broadway, depending on what we find. I walked in Athens, Georgia this morning, and they were doing a lot of landscaping and leaf collection and sorting there as well. So strange, we lost our leaves 2 months ago. Maybe not that far, a month and a half. This is, I don't know what street this is. I can't read the sign. Oh good, we're gonna get a couple homes, maybe? My son, who's doing a lot of my navigating and research, made the comment earlier as we were sitting down to lunch outside, which was, oh, so nice. Reminded him of a Central or South American city. He said Central just because he hasn't been to South America yet. Well, not since he was old enough. Anyway, the point being, made me think, yeah, it really does in some ways with these wide boulevards and with the trees overhanging, the mature trees. It's amusing to me that the street signs are set up, at least back there at that intersection, completely for cars and not at all for pedestrians. Look at this old, love these curved porticos and porches and that sort of thing. We're on Green Street. We're coming up on 11th. And they've got the last one had this too, a little other name underneath 11th called Kollock, K-O-L-L-O-C-K. Well, I'm tempted to go down another block, but I think I'm gonna cut back to Broadway. We're actually doing some construction down here. Hopefully I can get through. So maybe I can, even if I can go down Ellis a block. No, I can get through. Pardon me. Sure which way to go here. I think I'll keep going down. You can see a lot of sky bridges down there. You don't normally think of those being necessary here in the south. I think of them as being up in north where the cities get so blustery and cold in the winter. Maybe it's a hot summer thing here. I love these overhanging porches. They're ironwork. Not sure I would entirely trust them, but maybe that's why no one's out on them. is the Metro Coffee House off to our right. And we're back on Broadway. Waiting for the light. It's like maybe, oh, here I can do this way. Sorry. Sometimes it pays to pay attention. Looks like they're rehabbing a building, maybe. Maybe two. Or maybe this is just part of that street work. Oh, there.
Well, maybe in
That looks pretty cool. This building here. You can see these balconies I'm talking about. Somebody's having a good time. Awesome.
I'll go get it. I'm in class. Thank you.
Pineapple Ink Tavern. This is 10th Street. I'm just gonna cross. You can see the parking in the center here. It's probably a good use, but it sure is nice to have those open green space in there as well. There's a lot of, I think a third of the storefronts are empty, but the ones that are full look pretty cool. I would say that actually third, now that I think about that, it's more of a quarter. Let's go with that. Buddha Lounge and Shoe Bar. That is intriguing. Rubens looks like an old department store. Kind of a 30s or 40s style building. There's that mural across the way, dedicated to James Brown. He's an amazing artist. think the Truist, is a hotel. Could be wrong about that. This is James Brown Boulevard. Obviously proud of his work. What is this place? It looks pretty big and significant. Richmond. This is the Richmond County Board of Education. Didn't even see the sign. I'm so close. Serious sage. There's quite a lot of incense coming out of it. Not unpleasant at all. Here's the James Brown statue. And a neat little park. And on the other side of the park is a street, and then beyond that is a levee, which I believe is the river. I'm relying on the research of my traveling companion, who is not 9 years old. Yeah, that should be it. 2 blocks over. We'll make our way over there in a minute. I want to show you a couple things. In addition to these buildings and these awesome, quiet, serene, kind of serene streets. I mean, the traffic's there, but it's everywhere these days. Pretty ornate stonework on that building, the old glass. It's Augusta's Grooming Lounge. I like it. Pool hall and barbershop and salon. Oh, the James Brown Arena. I want to show you this building, this high-rise over here. I'm a little bit intrigued by it. It's got columns out front. It's the tall one in the light. And as we go up and expose the top, it's got this super ornate stonework, old building. Love it. And then on top is that sort of modernist attempt at modernism. I don't know. They built it up and put it on top and left it to molder, I think. Probably got some great views. This is a cool street. This is 8th Street. Look at that. All right. And then I don't know. So it's not weathered well. Across the way is the Imperial Theater. I'm gonna guess that's a music or live event venue. I don't really know. If you guys know, I forgot. I got doing this thing and I got a little bit distracted as usual. I forgot to thank the Patreon supporters. Thank you so much. Makes everything, gives me a lot of encouragement, makes me feel good about doing this, and it helps a little bit on these road trips. So, thanks very much. Also, I'm not sure if I said anything about the subscribing. Yeah, please do that. But also the comments. I love getting your guys' comments. I love interacting with you. I love getting additional information, the occasional gentle correction, if you don't mind, and your own experiences, sharing your own experiences and memories. I love that stuff, man. So anyway, hit me up in the comments section with your knowledge and or memories and or experiences from Augusta. This is a Confederate War Memorial. That's all I'm going to say on that. Look at the copper, I think this is copper, that greenish patina on the window treatments here. Above the Ice Lounge restaurant. I like the front, and I think it's, oh, I like this too, man. That, I don't know if it's wood or stone or steel. I think it's steel. It's painted black and gold. I like that. Here's the Miller Theater. I assume that's also a live venue. Love these old box offices. There's one in Billings similar. I'm going to show you these doors over here. Kind of this Art Deco style. Whoa! Art Deco style. Love it. Somebody's got some backfiring problems. Okay, we got about one more block of this sort of downtown area, which is cool, but I think I'm going to cut over now in the interest of time. Forgot my reading glasses, so I don't really know how much we've done. So another view of a couple buildings over there. What are all those folks gonna do with their hyper loud converted vehicles when we've gone all electric? That's pretty. I personally won't miss them. What the? People parking all which way over here. It's like England. No offense to the English, but it was one of the most confusing things when we started seeing how you can park in a lot of places. You just park whichever side of the street you want to. You can find. This is offices of the Augusta magazine, or used to be. Looks like a YMCA down here. Big one too. I'm gonna go down here and make a left. There is some cool stuff. Old building type stuff, but it's abandoned, I think. Kind of 100-year-old warehouse type stuff. But I want to go left on, I think, is this Reynolds? Or am I reading the wrong sign? We're on 7th. We must be taking a left on Reynolds. So there's a neat church down there and some warehouse stuff. This is kind of the way we came in. Can I see it down there? But I don't think it's worth the extra blocks walk. So we're gonna head down Reynolds and go over to the river. I'm not sure what this is. The old magazine, maybe? Big offices. holly bushes here. Those are pretty. I think on 8th, maybe we can go down and get up on the levee. Pedestrian area, I think. This is interesting. There was a Mayhem Tower. I'm gonna have to look up what that. It's erected by Light Horse Harry Lee during the Revolution. I think the history does not treat him kindly. I could be misremembering. People pretty friendly here. Look at this old place. Very cool. I can only imagine what this must have been like in the 1700s, 1800s. Of course, this was a slave state, and cotton was a big export here, and it must have been both fascinating for the privileged and horrific for those that were being victimized by it. That's all I'm going to say about that. It's, you know, this thing up here looks like a big ham on the left. Oh wow, look across the river. Looks like there's some pretty amazing houses. Of course, across the river is South Carolina. Entirely different state. Almost looks like a map here. A basket globe, maybe? I think that's what that is. My son would love that. Not even remotely accurate, but still kind of cool. Huh. It's impressive. So let's go down by the river. I was going to go up on the levee, but since we can get through, looks like they can install flood doors here. I think that's what these slots are for. The water comes up too high. We'll take a look across the river and see some of those old buildings. I'm going to take that back. Not old buildings. Grand buildings, though. See across the way some very fine homes. I guess in if there's a flood, they just flood, but very fancy. Those look quite pricey, and they've all got docks. Not all of them, but most of them, with pontoon boats. It looks like is the craft of choice. So I think what we'll do is we'll go down and then we'll climb the steps and get up on the levee. But first we're going to pop out here. This is a really nice park. Excuse me. You can see there's all these sort of bastions that you can go out and sit and have a picnic or relax. There's a little stage back there. It's nice and quiet. That levee really cuts the sound of the cars. Slow current here. Hi there. Oh, there's another area down here that looks like it might have a stage or a place for performers of some sort.
Hey, how are you?
Hi there. This is the place I was referring to. I was hoping there'd be some. Oh, there's some steps. So there's a whole series of benches and stuff. So you can see the performers. Really cool. I don't know how far this path goes in either direction, but it looks extensive. So we're gonna go up on this side. See what we can see up there. Whoops. Nice little portico. Look at this. This is awesome. Great venue. I like it. You come back here and there's a fountain. And there's a path in either direction. Let's take it for a block this way. Like some sort of event space over here as well. Oh, it's part of the Marriott. Excuse me. Augusta is also home to the world famous Masters golf tournament. I think the champion gets a green jacket or something. That's about the extent of my knowledge. That, and they're constantly trying to, well, never mind. Relentlessly positive, Henry. In that note, let's talk about how beautiful this is. Pleasant day. Beautiful light. Beautiful city of Augusta, Georgia. So, yeah, I got that right. This is, I think these are called sea oats, or maybe pampas grass. We had something like this in Wilmington, North Carolina, and we called them sea oats. They helped anchor dunes. right, everybody. I think I'm gonna have to call it. I gotta go find my son and pick up my wife and other son. I hope you'll come back and see us again. We're gonna be doing more walks on this road trip as we make our way a little bit north and then head home. Give us a comment down below, give us a like if you don't mind, subscribe, all that stuff. Thank you again for joining us. We will see you again soon. Until then, from Augusta, Georgia, keep on stepping.